They made a player more than we did. Tough game. But I appreciate the way we played. Got to keep working at it. Questions?
Talk about how, I think your defense had 11 or 12 stops. You couldn't have asked too much more for them except for that one play.
Yeah, and they just, we didn't mean to. They kind of ran a lead draw ISO plan. I think one of our young backers thought it was like a split zone look and just didn't properly, fit in the right area. We were in a quarters too deep look, and their back, who's a solid player, just hit the seam and had the one big play. And other than that, the run defense was okay. Got our hands on some ball, got some pressure. But those kids played hard. It's something to build on. Penn State, I know they got some line injuries, and like ourselves, I know they're still kind of working through some offensive issues, but it's something to build on, and that's what we talked afterwards. It was nice to see, but we expect to see that. We want to start seeing more consistency like that. Those guys really step up and start playing some good Big Ten defense. We hadn't had that. We've had a couple good games. We need to back with these 3 games remaining. So appreciate the way they played. Want to build on it.
A couple key drops by some receivers there in the second half. How do you sort of evaluate the play of your receivers today?
Again, tough, and really, you talk about the quarterback. They're not doing well. I thought the one play in particular, gets us down to an easier scoring opportunity. We went for a long field goal after that. We could have, with the wind, tried to sky punt it. We tried to, we thought we had the length to get it there, and didn't. It didn't hurt us as far as them scoring after that. So didn't implode, but that was a nice one. So again, time on task. Young receivers. That was a freshman receiver. It's a freshman quarterback. They've still been here long enough. They've all been here through summer. They've got 5 months on task. They need to be a little bit better than that. They're going to have some drops, but we need to clean it up. And everybody talks about the quarterback, but when protection firms up, you can see he can make some plays, and he can run around, and he'll need to get better, but his surrounding players need to play better, and that hurt him for sure.
What did you like out of what Xander gave you?
Well, for the most part, at the end, we tried. We tried one route at the end. He put one in the middle late and got a pick. I appreciate the way our defense 2 times bowed up for the stop and bowed up there for a field goal, still giving us a chance at 13-7. Even only a minute left, still a chance. And that's all. If you got that, at least you got a shot at it. He didn't force the ball. Played. I think the more you could tell in warm-ups. I think he's more used to. Just like kind of was laughing in warm-ups, and it's amazing now. You're only 3 weeks in, but it's just more comfortable. So he's gaining on it. We'll keep doing some things with him, but we got to keep finding ways. Penn State's a good defense. They can stop the run without overloading it. So as we threw the ball, they still had good leverage on receivers. We didn't have a bunch of wide open guys. We did have a couple of drops on some intermediate passing, but I appreciate the way Xander played and battled. He's getting better, but he's got miles to go between now and Saturday. He's just a freshman. Our whole offense has got a long way to go right now.
One offensive touchdown in the last 10 quarters. What do you have to do to get that going?
Now, get in the end zone, for sure. We've went round and round between different formation groupings, and of course our passing game's got a little limited in what's going on. Maybe we got to do some things defensively. We got a defensive score today. We're going to have to create some kicking opportunities, whatever. We're a little bit different right now. It just is what it is. So again, we threw it. Well, we had 40 runs, 28 passes, and a couple of times Xander ran, so we had a little bit more balance in the attack today without getting wide open. He didn't get sacked a lot. He moved around okay. But again, we got a lot of work with that crowd right now, just piecing together without getting fragmented too much.
You talk about quarterbacks, it's important to hear what they see out there. Is he starting to see a little better? Can you tell?
To some degree, Andy, but at the same time, I still think there's just a lot going on. So he can go the wrong way in a heartbeat or get bluffed a little bit. So it's just, it's time on test. But the more he plays, the more relaxed he's getting. I think the more he plays, we're doing a little bit better, trying to help him out. But we got to keep helping him, and he's got to keep coming along, and his teammates got to keep helping him.
How would you assess Tevin's play today? He was held under 100, but he seemed like he ran hard without much room.
Yeah, he always does, and again, we're not necessarily trying to, quote, always get his stats as much as win the game. We try to get some few screens out there, and he was negative in the pass game to get the ball on the perimeter. We just had a hard time getting the ball outside, and they're pretty stout. We didn't block him inside. So, he ran hard, had a great week of practice. I think he's a phenomenal player. They were giving up 77 as a team. He had 70 on him, so he had a solid day. But I know he's going to be disappointed because he wanted to win, and that was a game we need to win. We need to make some plays, and we just didn't quite get it done.
I think you had 10 penalties today.
Yeah, I think the last 3 games we had 3, 4, and 5. So I don't know what happened all of a sudden. So our track record was we had 3, We had 4 and we had 5. And all of a sudden we had 10. And it wasn't like, oh, we had great coaching to get to 3. And all of a sudden it was bad to get to 10, but all of a sudden it was 3, 4, 5, it was 10 today. So just is what it is, hands outside, hands to the face, a couple of procedures, it's just, nature of the game. It didn't really affect the game. Maybe sometimes we had a drive going, it got us second and 15, 20, and that was kind of hard to overcome. But other than that, that's a good team, and sometimes when you play hard, your hands are going to get outside and you get something. So I didn't have an issue with anything other than just the way that we just played. He tweaked the ham the other day, and they didn't know if he could go. He warmed up and looked good. And matter of fact, he kind of went in thinking he wasn't going to go. He was available, but at the same time, we actually tweaked the ham last week. He did some light work all week. We really warmed him up, and he looked very good in warm-ups. I asked him if he was ready. He said, yeah, I think Kevin just felt not having practice and all that timing and wasn't nothing he had done other than, but the way he warmed up, I'd sense he'll be good as we move forward this week.
If Xander had got dinged, would you have to use Cameron or Walker as the next?
Yeah, that's kind of our next deal. It'll be Danny, first one. And we just got Zeke over. He played in high school to do some of that stuff, and then we got Bryce Smith to walk on. So that's the 4 bodies we got right now. That's what we're working. But it's Danny's the second guy right now. Anything else? Guys played hard. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks.